When it comes to long-term food preservation, you need to think through how to make sure that your preps are going to be ready and fresh when you need them. That's why you're on this video, right? So that your preps don't end up looking like this, covered in mold, inedible. You put in all that money, all that time to get that ready. And so we're looking at Mylar storage bags today. That's why you're on this video, but you need to pick out the best one, right? We can't just pick one out of a hat, because if we don't think through things like size and thickness and light entering into them, we're going to pick the wrong option and it's not going to preserve our food. So later in this video, I'm going to dive into some of the specifications you should be looking at. But to start with, I want to dive into what are those best storage options that you need for your preps. So to do that, we're going to look at some of the content that we have on our website, prepping.pro, and look at the 7 best options. So the best option that we have found, we're going to look through each one of these, is the Pleasant Grove Farm option. So they've got a pretty robust option with a 7mm Mylar bag, and this is, you're paying for quality if you go for the Pleasant Grove option. We really like it as a premium option overall. Bag thickness is great. They do come in various sizes. That's also great, which you'll find out later in this video why you need to account for different sizes. Doesn't include any oxygen absorbers. That's okay. We still give it a 9 out of 10 overall. A premium option. Really great. All right, so the second one on our list, and maybe you could say a contender for that top spot, it's best for versatile use, that would be the Wallaby Mylar storage bag. So let's look at this one. It's still got a pretty good bag thickness here. We're talking about 4.5 millimeters, not quite as thick as the premium one that we just showed you, but they do have a couple of different sizes, 1, 2, and 5 gallon, and this is a perk, right? It's going to include oxygen absorbers on the Wallaby option. I really like the Wallaby. I think they could be number one. The quality is just a little bit lower, so that's why we put our other one in top place, but Wallaby's pretty solid. And they're very versatile for organizing different quantities and types of food. So very sturdy, convenient, and they have a great bundle with these different sizes that's kind of hard to beat. I think that's a pretty top option, right? Okay, so let's keep going. Shield Pro 1. This one is a tough bag that will really get the job done for you. So let's click over to this one. Tough, lightweight, and for this one, we really put it in as the best for bugging out. So if you're trying to think through how do we make sure that our gear is ready for a bug out situation, this might be your bag. So it's got good, decent thickness, 5 millimeters, 1 gallon size. It does come with oxygen absorbers. The overall quality is a little bit lower, so we gave an 8 out of 10, but still a very decent option. All right, Packfresh USA. We really like their 5 gallon option, and they're a highly reputable brand. Good for longevity. These ones are going to last a long time, so we like it for that reason. They're massive too, 5 gallon bags, and with that size, it can't be beaten for the size, right? And so they're a reputable brand with excellent reviews, and of course, there are not oxygen absorbers in this one, but they do a great job when they're sealed right. So we like this one as a great option for that longevity need. Finally, let's look at the last one we have down here, and this is best for bulk storage. So if you have just large quantities of rice, flour, oats, you may want to look at dry packs. So here we've got thicker bags, 7 millimeters, which is ideal. We'll look at that here in a second for that bulk storage. Rice, flour, oats, other staples. It's really great for those options. No oxygen absorbers included. Quality is a little bit lower overall, but we do really like this one for that idea of bulk storage. Okay, so those are some premium options that you'll want to consider. I told you in this video you would want to understand some of the dynamics and the specifications you're going to want to look at, right? So as you think about which of these options are you going to pick for your storage, there's some different specifications you're going to want to think about. So Top 5 options, what should you pick? Let's look at some of the specifications. So first of all, you're going to think through thickness and durability and light blocking for sure. So you're going to want to think through the thickness of it, and why does this matter? Because the thicker it gets, you're going to have higher durability. So you see here in our table that as we go down in thickness, the durability increases. It's going to last longer, right? And then light blocking increases, and that's pretty critical. So if you're going to want this bag to serve you over time to keep maximum freshness, thickness and durability really is going to matter. Okay, so then let's talk about size as well. So as you're shopping around, you're going to want to consider, what size bag do I need? And so that may even determine what brand you pick. And so because there's different deals for different sizes, right? So if you're talking about up to 1 gallon, this is going to be really great for meal portions, for snacks, for loose items. And then you go a little bit larger. This is where your standard pantry items comes in. And we're talking now about like grains, beans, some of those bulk sort items. But you may have larger quantities of those. That's why you're going to go for that larger 3 to 5 gallon, and then even larger if you've got just major long-term stockpiling. With that, again, I'm just going to caution you, you're going to really want to go for premium quality. You don't want to put in a lot of money into investing into those preps, get those long-term staples, get them in the bags, and then find out you've put in a whole lot of that prep into the bag, into a 5-gallon bag, and then you open it and it has not stood the test of time. So you're going to want to really think through what thickness is going to serve best for that, right? So when it comes to these bags, you're also going to want to think about sealing them over time, right? And so it is pretty important to think about how to seal the bags. And so a lot of people, they simply just get out an iron and they seal them. You're going to want to think about, are they resealable, and make sure that you seal it correctly, so that when you purchase these bags, you can get the most high quality bag, but if you don't seal it correctly or properly, you're going to be in trouble. So some people will actually buy a full-on kit, a heat sealer, and do it that way. I personally would lean more towards this idea of just getting an iron, doing it yourself, but that'll be up to you. But make sure that you think through that piece so that you don't get a quality bag, but then end up with an inferior prep in the end, right? Okay, so let's talk about this, the bottom line when it comes to Mylar bags. You've heard some options now, but what you need to really think through is what is going to make sure that you get that quality and longevity. And some of the factors that we touched on this video, just to make sure that you get to that point, is the thickness of the bag is really going to determine the durability of it and how much light gets in. And then you're going to also want to think through the size of that bag for the brand that you're picking. And different brands are going to have different sizes, and so make sure that you pick the right size for the right use case of what you're doing. If this video has been helpful, or if you've got another way that you think through how you use your Mylar bags, or another brand that you really love, please leave that in the comments below. We'd love to hear about that from you. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to it, because we're going to be touching on more content like this in the future, digging into some real specifics, and learning from the Reddit threads, what's happening in the Reddit community. By the way, I do want to hit on that. In the Reddit threads, the main most highly recommended Mylar bag option is definitely Wallaby. As we've looked over all the different Reddit threads, Wallaby comes in first every single time as the most highly valued, most high value option for Mylar storage bags. So make sure to check out the threads, check out our article, which will dive more into those options and into what we learned from the Reddit threads. And we will see you guys next time.